Alrighty, so base face is on. So today we're going to be using Moodstruck Addiction Palette number 4, and I'm going to be using 4 different shades. I'm going to be using Tender, Honest, Cheerful, and Triumphant. But first, before I start with that, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take our Mineral Touch pressed powder in the shade Chenille, which is kind of a darker brown, and I'm going to add just a little bit of this to the top as a transition color, and I'm using the Younique blending brush. It's a big fluffy brush. So it's perfect for blending. It makes things go on really lightly. When you want something to kind of fade in, you don't want anything too harsh. This brush is perfect. And again, like I've said everywhere, don't be afraid to use things for non-intended purposes. Like this is a pressed foundation, and today I used it for contour, and now I'm using it for a transition color. So use things, be creative. Like you don't necessarily need to buy another brown shadow when you have a dark chenille, beautiful brown shade right here. And it works perfectly. And like I said, this is just a background shade to just kind of get a base for the other colors. And I'm gonna have to use this mirror because like I said, I cannot see into the phone that far away. Don't have my contacts in. Someday I'll remember. I actually hate wearing my contacts, that's why I don't put them in very often. That's why. So what I'm gonna use first is this, I haven't decided. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this color Cheerful, and I'm gonna use the blending brush again. And the lighter the better, because you can always add more, but once it's on there, it's harder to blend it once it's on, when you can always add a little bit more. So I'm going with that shade Cheerful right underneath. I may get a different brush. Yep. And I'm blending this right into that shade Chenille. My dryer's dinging, can you hear it? And then I'm gonna grab Younique's, this is our fluffy crease brush. This is one of my by far favorite brushes. It's perfect for getting in that crease. This is gonna be like an Army Day glow look, I feel like. And then I'm gonna show you the same look, but how my son creates it. Stay tuned, stay tuned. I may actually do that one before. It's interesting. Okay, so once we have that shade blended in really well, I'm gonna take my fluffy brush again, and my blending brush, and blend it together. And then I'm gonna take the shade Triumphant, which is this really dark navy blue, and I'm gonna put that right in the outer crease, or in the outer V. And I'm gonna go a little heavy with it. I want it to be a little bit more dramatic. So I'm gonna kind of pat it in, and then we'll blend it in. And what I'm actually gonna do today is kind of a cut crease, and I'll show you how we're gonna do that in just uno momento. This is a beautiful navy blue. It's called Triumphant. And basically what I'm doing is I'm patting it into the outer V and then kind of bringing it up a tad into that crease. Same thing on the other side. If you see a half-naked child running around, I hear my son coming. He was watching a movie, but I think he's done now. So we'll see. My son refuses. The first thing he does when he gets in the door is strips his clothes off. Oh, Lord. Lord help me. Actually, I think he's trying to call me. Hold on. Now I holler down. He's like, do you need me, buddy? He's like, no, Mom, I'm fine. Okay, so now basically, like I said, I'm taking that blue and I'm just blending it into the crease. And don't be afraid to blend it, because I'm gonna show you how we're gonna kind of, I'll show you. All right, so it looks a little cray-cray right now, but don't be scared. Never be scared of an eyeshadow look halfway through because you're always gonna clean it up, I promise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take our Skin Perfecting Concealer and I'm gonna put just a tiny little dab of it on the back of my hand. And then I'm gonna take our cream shadow brush and I'm gonna take just a little bit of this and I'm gonna put it right here to cover up this color right here for when I apply another shade. And this is what, you might hear some people call it like a cut crease, but it basically keeps that fading right there and allows you to put another color right here underneath on top of that concealer. So you don't necessarily have to be super perfect with these shades that I've already put on right here because we're just gonna cover them up. And the reason why we do this is because if you tried to put a lighter shade on top of where you've already blended, sometimes it just doesn't want to sit right. And this is a great way to kind of like cheat the process. So you just want it blended in just enough that you don't have a ton of clumping. And I went a little too far right there, no worries. And you also want to make sure it's fairly even on both sides. It doesn't have to be perfectly even because your eyes aren't always even. And then I'm taking that blue in the corner and I'm just fading it into that concealer just a smidge, not much at all. All right, so then I'm gonna take the Younique's Deluxe brush and I'm gonna go in the shade Honest, which is a really pretty metallic. It might be more of a satin. It's not a metallic, I call it a satin. And you can see when I pick this color up, I want a large amount of it. That's why I'm using the Deluxe brush. The Deluxe brush picks up kind of a saturated amount. And I'm gonna put that right on top of that concealer. This is like a really pretty satin blue. It's a hard color to describe. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't quite sure how to describe it. And you wanna put it right up to that dark blue. And then we'll blend it in a smidgen because I want that dark blue to come over just a hair more. Instead of using concealer, the other thing that you could probably use would be the primer. I just feel like I have better luck with the concealer personally, just out of my own personal experience. That's what I prefer. So I'm gonna deepen up that outer blue again, just because I want it super dark. And then we're gonna add one more color and then we'll go in with eyeliner. So this is not like your everyday go to work look, for me anyway. I'm more of like a 5-second, throw on some liquid shadow and out the door I go. All right. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the shade Tender, which is a really pretty metallic. And this is another trade secret I'm gonna show y'all. So I'm gonna take that blend or that Deluxe brush. And this is like a little thing I got off Amazon. It's called Color Switch. It's got like a rough textured sponge and you can just, it doesn't clean the brush, but it takes off a lot of the product. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take our setting spray, spray it on the brush. You could either put it in first and then spray it or spray it on the brush, either one. And I'm gonna grab that shade Tender and I'm gonna put it right here on the inner corner. Just to make that inner corner pop. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So then I'm gonna grab my eyeliner in the shade Perfect, which is Younique's version of black. Oh, random hair, sorry. Sorry, y'all. And I'm gonna go right up under here in tight line. You could also do liquid liner here if you wanted to, but I'm not big on liquid liner. And I'm gonna put a little on the outer corner, not much, and I'll show you why. I actually prefer to put eyeshadow on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip into both of these. I hear my kid coming now. I'm gonna dip into both of these, but I want more of that dark blue. And I'm gonna put it right on that bottom lash line. And this kind of smokes it out. I hear him. Wait till you see this little angel. He's gonna creep up in the background like a creeper. I hear him. What you doing, love? But see how it just adds a little zhuzh on the bottom? And it's a little bit more cohesive. What are you doing, love? These are mom lives. These are not professional makeup lives, you guys. A professional makeup artist would not have their 5-year-old roaming in. Oh, baby.
There's the snow on my nose.
I know, the snow's almost gone though, bub. It's almost gone. Okay, so then I'm gonna grab our, what is this called? Lash brow comb. I'm gonna comb through my lashes. You should always comb through your lashes anytime you put mascara on, because your mascara applicator is not meant to necessarily brush. You gotta go to the bathroom or something?
No.
What are you doing, babe?
No.
What, buddy?
I can't find the marshmallows.
It's because I put them away. He can't find marshmallows. It's because I put them away. But your mascara the mascara applicator is not meant to brush, it's meant to apply. So it's always best to brush them through first so that your eyelashes are ready for application. So what I'm gonna go in with first is the Younique, what's it called? It's primer, Moodstruck Epic Primer. This is an eyelash primer. This stuff I swear by. It thickens them. It nourishes them, it makes them longer. It's just the best base for your mascara. It goes on white and then it dries to a clear, but you wanna put your mascara on before all of the whiteness is gone. So then I'm gonna go in with the Younique Moodstruck 4D. So this is a Lord have mercy if you could see this child. So this is a fiber infused mascara. This just launched last year. So instead of the old school where you had to like put on the gel, put on the fibers, put on the gel, put on the fibers are infused in the brush. So this makes your lashes uber thick. Cannot even believe this is a thing. So what I do is I put on one coat of the 4D that thickens, and this is again my own little cocktail for my lashes. Then I go in with the classic Epic. My kid is cracking me up right now. And this lengthens. It is like the perfect combo. It does not get any better than this.
Is the aquarium open?
The aquarium will be open tomorrow, buddy. Does anybody ever lie to their children and tell them things are closed? All right, next eye. So going in with the 4D Fiber Lash. Sorry, I have like a rogue hair that keeps like flying in my face. And when you put on the 4D, you want to zigzag. Basically, you want to zigzag it through your lashes and twist the brush so that you get all of those fibers in your eyelashes. Sorry, I'm trying not to block the camera. And then go in with a coat of Epic. And then I'll put a little on the bottom. I don't always put it on the bottom, but I typically do not put the fiber lash on the bottom just because my lashes, they're not super long on the bottom, but if I put too much mascara on them on the bottom, then they just look a little creepy. It's kind of like weird spiders. You don't know what I'm saying. What are you doing, dude? How pretty is this eye look today? I mean, seriously. So then the other thing I do, which is a totally weird random thing, is I take my fingers and I blink onto my eyelashes and it like curls them up just a smidge. I have like the world's straightest eyelashes, but look. Look, look, look. Then after I get my mascara and everything on, I like to take one last look and see if anything needs adjusted. And I can see I need just a little bit of that dark blue on this side, just because it's a little heavier on the other side. And that's it. So, like I said, today I use Moodstruck Addiction Palette 4. I'll link everything I used in the bottom. If anybody has any questions, I also put my website down there. You guys can grab anything that I used on there. You can also go to my Facebook page, my mom face. On Facebook, you can find me on Instagram under Helena Ipo, H-E-L-I-N-A-I-P-O. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to message me. I love, love, love answering questions. And then I will see you all later.